A Juggler's Tale is an indie game developed by Kaleidos Cube, and it's available on all platforms. This review takes place on the PC via Steam. A Juggler's Tale is a charming yet simple, beautiful looking and sounding puzzle platformer. You play as Abby, who is a marionette, aka a puppet on a string, and she is the juggler in the performing circus that you are travelling with. She yearns for the chance to escape the circus, and to be able to explore the world around her and create her own adventures. She finds the opportunity to do this by getting her hands on the keys to the locked cage that she is kept in whilst not performing. She unlocks the padlock from the cage that holds her captive, and her journey to freedom and adventure begins. The controls are super simple. A is jump, and the right trigger is used to either push, pull, grab, throw or pick up an item. When holding certain objects they can be thrown by aiming with the right thumbstick and again pressing the right trigger. I use the Xbox controller for the purpose of this video. The game genuinely looks fantastic, from the cardboard looking set pieces at the beginning or ending of a chapter to the visuals of the actual world and scenery itself. These are all super clean and crisp, which makes them look stunning. The look and feel of the characters are also fantastic, as they really do look and feel like actual puppets. I found the puppetry aspect side of the game to be a very unique, interesting and creative way on how to approach the gameplay. Your puppet strings actually matter, as they can actually stop and hinder you from progressing in what would otherwise be a simple task for you in any other game. For example, simply running under a tree branch can stop you in your tracks and stop you from progressing, as your strings can get entangled in the branches, so you will need to find a way to get around these kind of problems, as this is one of the types of puzzles that you will encounter throughout the game. Other types of puzzles will include you having to avoid traps, crossing water, sneaking past or simply just running from your pursuers, all of which combine to make your journey a fun experience. Now the star of the show is not Abby or any other of the characters. It's not the fantastic looking art style and graphics or any of the puzzle aspects of the game. In fact, the star of the show is the narrator of the game, who is also the puppet master pulling at your strings. His excellent performance in the telling of the story really does add to the experience you have as you make your way throughout the game.
Thunder grunts, enraged. Abby's nowhere to be found. He's not used to having his prey escape the hunting grounds. A moment of grace can have an exorbitant price. Abby's freedom is at the roll of the dice.
Now the game, however, is not without its problems, and there are a couple of negatives that I feel may put a few people off actually purchasing the game, and none of them are gameplay related. The first issue is the game only consists of 5 acts, or 5 levels if you prefer, which in turn means the game is short, and I mean really short. I completed the game in 2 hours and 2 minutes, and I could have easily completed it well under that time if I had not stopped to make a few notes along the way for the purpose of this review. The second issue I have is that the puzzles, whilst really fun to do, are extremely simple and pose no real difficulty or challenge at all, and are basically there to just give you something to do. I do feel like the game could have been slightly longer, with a few more challenging and complex puzzles included that actually made you stop and think as to what you had to do. I literally just breezed through all of the puzzles bar one, and that was purely because I did not realise that I could click on a certain object at that time. I would have also liked to have maybe seen some exciting boss fights or encounters that could have played to both the strengths and the weaknesses of being a puppet, as you never got to feel under any pressure or threat at any point in the game. Maybe this was down to both time and budget restrictions, but I do feel like the game was lacking somewhat in that area. So in conclusion, I do believe this is a bit of a hidden gem of a game, especially if you want to enjoy a charming, beautiful looking, well told story with fun yet simple puzzles. I really did enjoy my time with the game, and even though it was rather short, I still feel it's a game worth playing. I do believe the shortness of the game is somewhat reflected in the price point, as I purchased the game for £11.69 in the UK. However, I do think the price point may be a little too steep and off-putting for a lot of people. As at best, this is only a couple of hours worth of gameplay. Yes, you can replay the chapters to unlock certain achievements, but this is not going to add an extra lot of time or gameplay. I think this is going to be up to the individual, if they think it's value for their money at this price point. Anyway guys, this was my review for A Juggler's Tale. Let me know if you've played it or if you're planning on picking it up. As always, thanks for watching, please do comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.